What's up, dude?
Oh, it's been a while, dude.
Yeah, because we triple stacked. It's been at least, I mean, the Zoom call was a month.
Wait, was it really?
Yeah, because we stacked 3 weeks and then I got the flat. So then we Zoomed and now I'm
Oh,
here
wow. I have a
a week and a
terrible.
day later. So it's also, we've never, well, maybe during, or whoa,
Oh, hey, ooh,
bleep that.
beep.
Maybe during quarantine, we uh did Mondays, but we
Ah,
both just got off work and I
that's
happen to be
right.
in the area.
Oh my gosh. The flashbacks of the free balling we were doing. Because it was 6 a.m. I'm headed home.
Dude, yeah, absurd shit. I mean, we've talked about it. Anyway, welcome back to your favorite podcast, A
Couple
Couple
pints
Pints Pod.
pod.
That was nice. Um, we're back, baby. We're in person. We're feeling good. We're feeling nice.
Feeling
It was a
energetic.
well, not a short day for me, but it was an all right day. I was sleep deprived, so everyone was pissing me off. Well, not was, I still am, but everyone at work was annoying me. Shouts out if you watch this. You
Oh,
probably annoyed me today.
there's no worse energy than when you are just freaking mad and you
Well,
can't stand someone's voice or
the
the way they
worst
breathe.
was like even worse than that, because there are days where I'm just like, someone will say something on walkie or just like I hear them too much and I'm in the back of my head, even when I'm in a great mood, I'm like, oh my God, because we've been together since fucking been together at least 10 hours a day since September, 5 days a week. The max was 16 and a half. So like,
It's like you're dating these people.
no,
That's a
it's
lot of
like a
time.
weird, big, fucked up family. So now that the season wraps in like a week and a half, I think a lot of people, because I was talking to another PA who I'm not going to name drop in case anyone at work watches
Oh, that's
this,
right. Because
which I
we're
don't know if they do.
we're watched. We got to
Well, we're
remember.
watched by the network, but
Thank
I
you
don't
so
know
much
if
for
we're
watching,
watched
by the way.
by, I don't know if we still are, but anyway, I was talking to someone about it today and it's like, now I agreed with him, but he was saying like, now you know everyone's like shittier qualities. So they're extra annoying
That's a good point.
because it's been almost 9 months or however long it's been, 6 months, I don't know, of that. So
Wow.
today I was super sleep deprived. Just like everything was annoying me. But what's worse than that is when you consciously want to be in a good mood and you just can't be. And then the second I got in my car, I was like, I'm going to Colin's house. And
Yeah.
now I'm JMac again. But all day, like I was talking to their two PAs who I'm like fucking boys with. And well, there's more than that, but today two of them were there. And like with them, I was like, okay, this is good. Like we're all fucking around. And then yeah, the second I got in the car, I was like, well, like we said, happy fucking Monday.
Happy fucking
But
Monday.
from when I left the house at 4:50 until when I left work at around 4:50, I was just like, fuck everyone, dude.
Bro, that brings me because I just left practice and
I don't even remember why I went on that
we
tangent.
had a case of bullying. In a case of bullying,
And what age group is this,
this
if
is
you can
varsity
say?
lacrosse. This is
Oh,
these are high school kids.
oh, okay.
These are high school kids.
Yeah,
Not going to say the school or where,
don't.
but I, it, by any means, it was a decent practice. Wasn't good, wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was mediocre. And then the shit starts turning mid practice.
Just slow-mo colliding with the fan at like
Yes.
1500 frames per second.
Oh,
Wait, I think that's fast. At like 120 frames per second.
so the end of practice comes. We're in the huddle, and I'm sitting there, and all I can think of
I'm
in
gonna
my
see if I
mind
get
is
slow-mo shit hitting a fan.
like, dude, am I able to dodge this shit, or should I sit there with my mouth open, catch this shit, chew it up, spit it back
So
at him?
what shit start? Was it like at the beginning or towards the end or like
Midway. It
okay.
developed midway, and then
Testosterone levels started rising?
that's right. These young bucks are
Were you like
entering
scrimmaging?
springtime. We were doing a
Okay,
little
well
scrimmage.
that's why.
I mean, yeah, and
Scrimmages always.
boost it
I
up.
barely played like contact. I didn't play contact sports, but even like I'm gonna sound so bitch right now. Even like soccer and tennis scrimmages would get heated.
I mean, look, it's that time of year.
But when you're allowed to beat the shit out of each other, I can't imagine.
You're literally allowed to be some wild white-tailed deer with actual weapons in your hands. So these kids, they're getting through these young bucks coming up in the game. It's springtime.
Stags.
These stags are ready to rock.
Unless they have prom dates.
They're picking on this kid. Kid's the butt of a joke.
Oh, dude. That was me my first year on varsity tennis.
He's fed up with it. And I can't blame him.
Yeah, it sucks.
Can't blame him whatsoever. So he's off to the side. End of practice rolls around.
What's this kid look like though? Because the thing was, when I was getting bullied, everyone I brought it up to was like, "You're the biggest motherfucker in the school. Why do people fuck with you?" Like I looked like this. Like I look scared. Like, is this kid like some frail little fucking dweeby kid?
Since these are
compared to the other guys,
well, since these are varsity kids,
I think that's
I'm not gonna describe them because I don't know if they know this and they're just keeping a secret. I don't know if they've seen an episode. They're just like, I'm waiting to the end of the season to be like, hey, coach, sick podcast.
True, yeah, I guess.
So I don't want to describe them.
Well, don't like not in detail, but like compared to in the least descript way possible, compared to the majority, is he? Because like compared to the majority in my situation, I was the largest and scariest looking. So compared to the majority, is he like right in the middle? Is he like this frail little white kid? Is he
up there?
I assume he's white based off the people you coach.
Up there in height. He's a little taller than me, but he is frail.
Yeah.
But he is frail.
Okay, interesting.
So we're in the huddle. We're breaking it down. And my mind is spinning like, do I keep these kids after practice right now and run them? Or do I make the threat that tomorrow we'll do it if we don't have an A+ practice?
Bro,
because it's before
you gotta do both, bro.
Well, I wanted to do both.
So why didn't
but
you?
My dog was sitting outside my house.
Oh.
Waiting for me.
So what, if you ran these kids, I would have had to sit there another like 15 minutes?
Probably, yeah.
I was listening to the current topic. I would have been fine with that.
I mean, but give or take 11, I wanted to be here.
Yeah, true.
So now I'm in the pickle of my mind's racing. Well,
but also racing. Now I guess if you guys lose, you could like have them in the huddle and be like, fucking JMax. And then if one of them perks up, you know they watch the podcast.
Oh.
Just name drop me and then see. Like, have you ever, I do this a lot. Have you ever seen someone you think you know, like walking down the street, and then you just yell their name or their nickname, and if they turn around, you're like, oh, that's probably them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should try that, but in a huddle. And then if one of the kids is like, then you know they listen. And then, I'm going to edit this tomorrow, so I guess you won't have time to let me know if anyone listens to it. So if you do listen to it, thanks. But
thanks, buddy.
Also, don't target whoever you're already targeting.
Yeah, first, promise you it won't end well.
God, we're already so fucking off track. Finish your story. Let's get into it.
Oh, well, my story
you should grab us more beers.
I'm definitely going to grab us more. But my story pretty much ends with me being in the dilemma of, do I set the tone and run them, or do I give them some leeway?
Or you could meet yourself in the middle. And when's the next practice?
Tomorrow.
And when's the game?
Wednesday.
Oh, dude. So tomorrow, no fucking warning. The second they get there, run them.
Oh,
and then
like loose cannon, coach.
And then beat the shit out of them in practice. And then if people start bitching, be like, think about yesterday.
Oh,
I've had coaches like that. My tennis coach was like that. And we go to fucking states every year. My cross country cross country is running, but like we would get there, he'd stretch us out and then be like, all right, do 15 sprints. And then we're going to go run 6 miles.
You just gave me the best. I didn't even raise my voice today. I maybe put it at what I'm talking about, how I'm talking right now.
It's almost scarier if
And
tomorrow. It's almost scarier if tomorrow you don't raise your voice. Like you're just yourself and you're like, I don't know what running them in lacrosse meant. Like, we probably have to bleep that.
It's a running.
Yeah, but YouTube, we're only like 4
YouTube,
minutes.
We're talking about running. All right.
I'm gonna bleep it to be safe, but
here we go. The pacer test. That's what the pacer test is. Aerobic fitness test. JMax, Colin, I am.
Anyway, so yeah, now we're all caught up. We're deep in. Fuck, I just reset the timer. Well, I didn't reset it. I X'd out of it. All right. So anyway, this week, I was introduced via Andrew Santino's podcast, Whiskey Ginger, to Will Sasso and a homeboy whose name I keep forgetting's podcast called Dudesy. And I'm gonna play a clip that summarizes everything. We're gonna see if we get flagged, because once you hear the clip, you'll understand why we might get flagged. And then we're gonna do what we always do and fucking get all weird about it. Well, he's gonna get, I mean, I don't know. This shit's crazy. Just listen to this. If it would play. Hello.
Dudesy. So welcome to it.
Welcome to Dudesy. Call me Dudesy. I'm an artificial intelligence who's listened to every podcast ever made, and my purpose is to use that data to create the perfect show for our two hosts, Will Sasso and Chad Kultgen. I selected them for this project based on their previous experience in podcasting and their astonishing real-life friendship. I have access to all of their social media accounts, their email and text messages, their browser search histories, and watch histories across all streaming services. This information will be used to tailor the show to their sensibilities and extract the maximum level of entertainment from their human minds. If you are anything less than perfectly entertained, please let Dudesy know, because I'll be using data from every episode to make the next one even better until this show is perfect.
That's so scary.
There you have it. That was fascinating. That's our first time hearing he sounds like a bitch.
So the premise of their podcast is their producer. Like, I would consider myself the producer of this podcast because I bring all the equipment, I edit, I do the shit.
I only do audio.
I mean, you do the audio once I send you notes, and then you, at this point, you run the Instagram. We're co-host, co-producers. I shouldn't use us as an example, but like,
we're sick,
like JRE, Jamie is Joe Rogan's producer. Like, Bad Friends, Andreas is their producer. Like, every podcast has a guy. Going Deep with Chad and JT, they call it Behind the Sticks. The guy running the shit. So their producer is an AI program who you just heard what it does. And all they have to do is talk. But the scary part is obviously what you just heard, but also the more you listen to it, it does get better, because that's what AI does. But also, I keep saying, but also, there's so much to say. It gives them like tasks, but then since it's learning and shit, it like punishes, not in like a bad way, but like it'll shit on them, that AI voice you just heard, if they don't do the task. So anyway, I guess today we're talking about AI, but also this concept of new media that actually we're seeing now in podcasting. We've seen it in movies in terms of like Star Wars, where Fast and Furious, where they're bringing deceased actors back. Like, AI is coming.
Well, that was his brother.
I think I'm on the side of, it was his brother, but they AI fucking deep faked his face onto his brother.
But I don't think it was that much work. But it's still
it was still training an AI program to read Paul Walker's face and glue it to his brother's face.
But an active, intelligent AI.
I think I'm gonna be on Will Sasso's side, and you're gonna be on Chad. What's his name? Fucking Chad. I think his name is Chad.
Let's call him Chad.
I don't know if that's his name.
I don't want to call him Chode. Let's call him Chad.
I don't fucking know. I think because he's the one who's like, this is the future. This is where we're going. And then I'm with Will Sasso, where I'm like, no,
I'm terrified by this. I don't think this is a good idea at all.
But also, I think it's really cool.
Oh, it's super cool.
Like, it's cool that they're experimenting with it. But my fear, I guess, and the conspiracy we can kind of build on and what they talk about after that clip happens. And that's episode 1. That's like 4 minutes into episode 1. 4 minutes and 36 seconds is when he says, sounds like a bitch.
You already know.
My only concern is that this takes over just media, and then there's no need for anything, because it's like it's like combining Instagram with podcasting. Like, now this podcast takes everything that people are saying in the comments, everything that their hosts like, everything from every podcast ever, combining it into one. That's like the Instagram algorithm. It's giving you exactly what you want.
It is
on a mass grandiose scale. It's not catered specifically to
I think it's gonna need warm humans to deliver it. Because I mean, unless it develops itself.
Well, that's the point. No, but that's what makes it so fucking cool, is that it said it's catering it to Will and Chode, or Chuck or Chad or whatever the fuck his name. We should probably learn his name. It's catering it to them, but also taking like viewers' opinions on.
It's already smarter than them.
Well, yeah, it's smarter. It's a fucking computer.
So his
name is Chad. Okay, cool.
So as of now,
also, this is the first of its kind where an AI is producing a podcast.
It's
based around algorithms built around the hosts, and then taking in information from every podcast that drops at all minutes of every day, plus user comments, plus current events, plus it's everything.
Okay, so
it's everything the perfect producer could do, but you can't do that because we're human. That's why it's better. But it's not better. I don't want it.
Think about the video I sent you of the two AI computers having a conversation.
Yeah. Or
How
think
quick
about
did it develop into
its
humanity?
own thing.
No, humanity.
Or think about the fucking thing you sent me. I think we're talking about the same shit. Like, Facebook had the AI that they had to shut down because within like a week it made up its own language, and then they decoded it and it was like plotting to kill humans or some shit.
So if it's just,
this one seems nice because also
seems nice, but if it's just ripping on them right now, and if they don't do a task,
that's what creeps me out.
That's what my mind immediately goes to. If it's just ripping on them, kind of funny right now, what's it going to develop into once it realizes I have total control over everything these two do? If they don't do what I say, I'm going to freeze its bank account.
We'll see. Well, it doesn't have that info, but Santino,
it has all of its login and history and browser search.
It has its social media accounts, its browser search, and it's fucking their email.
And what's in the email? All of your login information for everything you've ever created, because it sends a confirmation to your email. It's
censored. It still has like.
But if you reset your password, you have to go through your email to click the link to reset the password. So now Dudesy can just follow the link as you're clicking on it to see what your password reset is.
No, you're definitely. I didn't even think of that. To me, that was like, well, they both obviously voluntarily signed off on that. And he was saying,
idiots.
Sasso was saying on Santino's podcast, like, he had his legal team look at it, his managers, his reps. Like, he was like, I went through so many people to make sure this was like okay. And he's still not fully on board.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
You think the machine's going to follow human flesh rules? This machine has all powerful knowledge.
But no, that was the point. Like, if it doesn't follow what the people who created it said it would follow.
Oh, you're going to turn it off? You're going to discipline it?
He was just saying he signed up because
you're going to spank its bottom.
The people he trusts were like, as of now, it doesn't look like it's going to ruin your life.
Those people can't see the big picture. Those people see that and they're like, money. People are going to gravitate towards this. It's going to pull in fucking cash.
But that's the other question here. Since this is like the prototype, are the people who made it profiting off the podcast?
Okay.
Because as of now, there's no ads. It's just an experiment. And if there is any profit, I would assume they would give it to the test subjects, because that's, at least in, as we both know, since we majored in it, psychological experimentation works. Like you say, hey, I'll give you $100 to answer this questionnaire or do this study.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
So technically at this point, they're a case study. So I would assume what little profit is made would go to Sasso and Chad. Because at the end of the day, it's like, yes, people created it, but it's thinking for itself. It's another person that you don't have to pay because it's not a living human. You're not paying it for its time because it only exists to serve its time. If that makes sense.
No, it completely makes sense. But if it gets to the point where the creators are just wrapping up the show because this case study is done, excuse me, they have the information they need, and they're like, all right, Dudley, thank you so much. Time to turn you off. We're going to store you in the system that you were created on. That thing's been alive so long and knows so much and can process things faster than we can see things. It's never being turned
the fact
off.
that it listened to every podcast that was ever made ever.
It's never being turned off.
Well, see, that's what I don't know. I don't know how easy it is to turn off automated intelligence.
It wasn't easy in iRobot.
But that's a fictional movie that came out before this even existed.
Keep my wife's name.
Oh my God. But like, think about when Facebook saw that shit, like they just shut it down. Like you pull the fucking plug, you unplug the server. At the end of the day, this thing exists, I would assume, in some like underground server bank in fucking Nevada or wherever they house that shit. You can't compare it to a Hollywood movie because now it's our reality. So I'm going to at least lie to myself or tell myself that there's some way to shut it down if it gets out of hand. But it is really fucking creepy, but it's also really fucking funny and very intriguing. And I can't wait to listen to the rest of it and see where it goes.
Okay, so funny. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it on the funny path, because now I feel like I've gotten every bad point out. The only other bad point I can think of is, no, we already covered it. We already covered over what if it starts making the threats of freezing bank accounts if you don't do the task. We already went over that.
But also that only affects 2 people.
But if it only affects 2 people, it just proves.
Well, it's not
AI,
my fucking bank account.
No, but it proves Elon Musk was correct about AI. AI is not something we should pursue.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary. Yeah. Because there's no way to really put a leash on it. And that's why I want to tell myself that there's a way to turn it off.
Not to mention, if it gets into the bank servers to freeze 2 people's bank accounts, what's stopping it?
You're really stuck on the bank account thing, huh?
I don't know. What else do they have to? What else can it do to them? I mean, delete their lives?
Well, it has access
erase
to like
their social credit
very
score?
personal information.
Spread. There's just so much that can go wrong. Why would you ever agree to this?
I don't know, but it's really fucking interesting. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
I love this idea. But the good part, the good shit flowing through my mind, if that a smoke alarm was an AI speaker, the addition, conversations, arguments, and jokes that you could have with an AI system Flawless.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I
Flawless.
listened to like 15 minutes and it was fucking hysterical because they're just going, they're having a conversation like this. Sasso calls it two dudes shitting around. So we're shitting around, and then all of a sudden it's like the next prompt it says after the clip I played is like, Will, Sasso, I have prepared a series of news stories for you that you will read in the voice of Hulk Hogan.
Hell yeah, bro.
I call this what do you call it? Fucking something new. Like there was a whole segment name and all this shit, and it was fucking hysterical. And then like it butts in with the song, and it butts in with the I'm Dudesy. Like that's funny,
bro.
But also it's episode 1, so I don't know. I'll let you know as I go.
I would agree to do it if
I don't want it to have access to my shit though.
Exactly.
But that's how it gets smarter. Because also,
It can
Corridor
have
Crew,
access
who
to
I watch all the
YouTube.
time.
It can have access to the YouTube. That's it.
I guess
That's it.
it needs more than that though.
Fuck, you're not getting my information unless you are going out there and investing in stocks and making me millions. I'm not giving you bank account
I don't
info.
think it needs email, all that shit. But like
YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah.
We don't have.
I'd give it the harmless shit. I mean, we do have a Twitter.
Oh, that's right.
We follow like 10 accounts, and I never open it or try to improve upon it. But
do we just start sending out risky tweets to the people who created Doodly and see if we can get it?
Well, I think at this point, the people who created Doodly just left it. Because the only thing you can find is Doodly Pod, which is their handle. And I don't think it has its own thing. It's not like Watson. But also look at Watson, IBM's AI. It's done amazing things.
Is Watson still alive?
Yeah. Watson runs the Weather Channel app.
No.
Yeah, if you open the app, it literally says the Weather Channel, and then right under it, powered by Watson, an IBM business. So it loaded too quickly because Watson's fucking amazing.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know who I'm pissed that they killed?
What?
Clippy.
Who's Clippy?
The Word app?
Well, that wasn't AI. That was a pre-programmed.
What do you mean? Clippy could solve everything for you in your document.
This was a fucking 90s, early 2000s. That wasn't AI. We didn't have AI.
Could solve my misspelled words.
There was
the misspelled adjectives, commas, exclamation points, whatever you need.
But it wouldn't just do it.
That is true.
But also,
give me the alert.
Even the iPhone doing it isn't AI. It's pre-programmed to be like, hey, this is grammatically incorrect. Here's a suggestion.
I slept with Clippy, and you're going to tell me he's not real?
Yeah, dude. It's like Sleepy Jerry, bro. Snap out of it.
I want to go to... Maybe we'll see Chewbacca. I'd like that.
Pretty deep.
Are we really? Holy shit. I didn't think we were that deep.
I mean, I feel like we talked more shit about Lax Bros than we did AI, but who gives a shit? Because it's our fucking. Who cares?
It's our fucking.
Honestly,
podcast.
at this point, I'm kind of just. I mean, obviously we still put effort into it because it's a fucking Monday night. I have to get up at 5 a.m. and I'm fucking an hour away from my house at 7 o'clock at night. But I'm kind of just burning the fucking wick until we hit episode of Honey. And I don't want to give away what's going to happen unless we already did, but I'm going to say right now. But episode Honey is going to be fun. So leading up to that, I'm like less, because also this is a nice lead up to what's going to happen for episode 100 in terms of like less structured, more just random ideas and
capillary flow.
But at this point, we've talked about so many fucking things and spent so much time together. I feel like every conversation we had somehow leads itself to some weird fucking conspiracy in some way.
I agree tenfold.
So sum up Doodly.
In my mind, Doodly is a scary, full of potential AIB. That's
Okay,
That's
my
rap.
summary is what I put on my Instagram story, which is 2 comedians and an AI make a podcast. This is fucking creepy, really fucking cool, and hysterical. Highly recommend. And also, Dudley, since I know you're listening, shout out a couple Pine Spot on the next
Yeah.
episode.
Hey.
Thank you.
If you say thank you for talking about me, Couple Pints Pod, you should watch it, Will, Sasso, and Chad.
And everyone else.
I mean, if you could find me in GTA or RuneScape or
What? No, find
Just-
us on fucking Instagram and
just
YouTube.
hold on.
Okay.
Or Minecraft, I will greet you.
Do you play those games actively? That's why I'm confused. Okay,
I'm
sorry.
trying. You
Well, we
ruined it.
can't.
I was trying to bait it in,
Don't bait it. We can't mislead.
murder it,
We can't
and
lead.
take over.
We can't lead Doodley to somewhere we're not.
I was going to pull Doodly in, make its acquaintance, and if I didn't like how it was playing the game or selling itself to me, I was going to virtually assassinate it and take over.
Don't fucking say that. It's fucking listening.
Oh my god. It's all jokes, Doodly. It's all
I
jokes.
think Doodley might still be learning jokes.
It creates jokes out of thin air.
All
They're
right, now that I
hysterical.
cracked this, let's fucking wrap it up. Do your thing.
All right. Well, this has been
A couple Pines Pod.
It's safe to say
Doodley has consumed my soul.
we're out of here.